Hey guys, this is Mr. Grice for Algebra Unit 5.1 5-point review, and now we are on the harder side. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. So number 1 says which ordered pair is a solution of the linear system of equations below. So pretty much what they're asking us to do is to plug in and figure out which one works. Okay, so let's start with A. So for A we have 4 plus 3y equals 5, and we're going to plug in 2 and negative 1. So we get 4 times 2, which is 8, minus 3, which is 5, and 8 minus 3 is 5. So we're happy with the first one, but remember, we have to make sure it works for both. And we are plugging in, once again, the point to negative 1. And negative 2 times 2 is negative 4. And then we get negative 5. And no. Okay, so because negative 4 minus 5 does not equal 17. So guess what? That's right. It's not A. Okay, so we did that one. Oh, sorry. I'm going to kind of break this down into different sections. And now we're going to check B. Okay, so do you guys kind of get where we're going here? So what I want you to do is you guys are going to pause the video and you're going to try B, C, and D until you get one that fits both. Okay, so go ahead and pause the video. Good luck. Okay, so as I was going through and doing this, we can zoom in a little bit so you can see my work a little bit better. For B, the negative 4, 7 worked in our first equation, but when we plugged it into the negative 2x plus 5y equals 17, it didn't work. Okay, so for C, so B is not my answer. For C, I plugged it into our first equation and I didn't get it, so right away I know that C is not the answer. So the only thing left is D. I went through and double checked the work and yeah, we were right. D is the correct answer. Okay, so I'm going to write D for number 1. Okay, number 2. Number 2, it's asking us to graph the system of linear inequalities and give a sample solution. So I'm going to come over here, and here's our first inequality. We have 4x minus 3y is less than or equal to 18. We'll solve the first one together, and then you can solve the second one on your own. So I'm going to subtract 4x to both sides, and we get negative 3y is less than or equal to negative 4x plus 18. To get the y by itself, I have to divide, and I have to divide by negative, so right away I know that I have to flip that side. The y is by itself, and then I get a positive 4/3 x minus 6. So our slope is 4/3, our y-intercept is 0, negative 6. And then I know that I'm going to have to shave above because it's greater, and then we're going to have a solid line. And we get all that last information from the inequality. Okay, so starting at 0, negative 6, and then I go up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, to the right 3. And there we go. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and graph that using my straight edge. And then I'm going to add my arrows. Okay, so there's my first one. Now, for the negative 2x plus 2y, I would come over here and graph, or solve it. Negative 2x plus 2y is less than 0. So go ahead and pause that video. Good luck. Okay, so when you solve this, you end up getting y is less than x, and that might be kind of hard. So if you remember that we're talking about 1x, and if you need to write that the y-intercept is plus 0, go ahead. Now, that helps me know that my slope is 1, or 1 over 1. My y-intercept is going to be 0, 0, and then it's going to be below, and it's going to be dashed. Okay, so let's go ahead and graph that. At 0, 0, I'm open, and we're going to go up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. And all of those are dashed. And dashed means open points. Okay, so you can kind of get the drift. Now, this is kind of tough because normally it breaks into 4 sections. But it doesn't break into 4 sections. This time it only breaks into 3. So we can do that. Let's look at the blue line. The blue line said that we had to shave above the blue. So if we're going above the blue, yeah, I can cross out 3. The red line told me that I had to go below. So if I'm below the red line, I have to cross out 1. So the only thing in my solution, the only part of my solution is 2, which is the middle portion. Okay? It's tough. We've never had one like that before. But I guess that's why this is the harder side of the review. Now, we can pick anywhere to give a sample solution. So I'm just going to go anywhere that's shaded in, and I'm going to go with that point right there, which is the point 1, 2, 3, comma 1. And remember, you guys don't have to use my point. You can go anywhere that's shaded in. Okay. Now, number 3 and 4, once again, they're asking us to solve by graphing. Okay, I know we have to solve by graphing because, yeah, there's a giant graph next to it. I'm going to do problem number 3. Okay, so for number 3, we need to solve for x for both, or solve for y for both of these. So we got negative 5y minus 5x equals negative 15. You can zoom in a little bit if you want to see that closer. So I would add the 5x to the other side. Get negative 5y equals 5x minus 15. And then divide by negative 5. And then we get y equals negative 1x plus 3. So with that, I know that my slope is negative 1 over 1, and then we start at 0, 3. So 0, 3 is where I start. Negative 1 over 1. It's a negative graph, so I know that my line's going to be falling. And now draw the line. Use your straight edge, your ruler, ID, and make sure to add your arrows. Okay, now for our next line. We have 2x plus y equals 6. Now, to get the y by itself, we're going to subtract the 2x to both sides. And we get y equals negative 2x plus 6. So looking at our slope's going to be -2/1, and then our y-intercept is 0, 6. So starting at 0, 6, I'm going to go down 2/1, down 2/1, down 2/1. Okay, I'm going to do a couple extra points than I normally do just so we can make sure that that line is straight. Line everything up. And add my arrows. Okay, do you see where they meet? Yep, right there. And that's why we have to be super, super careful with how we're drawing our lines, okay, and making sure we have clear points. The solution for that is the point 3, 0. Okay, so number 4, you guys are all on your own. Go ahead and pause the video, and good luck. Okay, and there you go. There's your lines. Now, I didn't write down where they intersect yet. We just find where the two lines cross, and then we write that point down. And that is the point, yeah, 2, 1. Okay, 2 more, and then we're done. So these ones we're going to be solving by substitution. So which one do you think we should do together? There's one with fractions and one without fractions. I'm going to do, yeah, that's right. I'm going to do the one without fractions. I'm going to make you do the hard one. So we find the variable that's by itself, put parentheses around what it equals to, and then I know where I'm going to plug in. So we have 2 in the parentheses plus 3x equals 12. And then we get -5 plus 4x. I know I did it right because we only have x's as variables. So we have to distribute. We get -10 plus 8x plus 3x equals 12. Go ahead and combine your like terms. I'm going to put that variable first, so we get 11x minus 11 equals 12. Oh, sorry, minus 10. We're going to add 10 to both sides. We get 11x equaling 22. And then to get the x all by itself, we divide by 11, and we get x equals 2. Now, that's not our final answer. Okay, we have to go back and plug into the original one to find out what x is, or to find out what y is, I mean. So, -5 plus 4 times 2, 4 times 2 is 8, and -5 plus 8 is 3. And then we use that information together to get the point 2, 3. Okay, number 6, you're all on your own. Pause the video and good luck. There, I helped you with that. Okie dokie. And look, I was nice enough to show the work. So when you distribute the 4, you get 12/5y. You combine like terms, and remember, when you do this, guys, you can use your calculator, so don't be scared. Okay, I'm loading mine up right now so you can see. So, clear all that. So we have 12 divided by 5 minus 6, and when you get this weird thing right here, we don't want decimals. Go math fraction, so math enter, enter, and you get -18/5. So, -18/5, Then we add the 16, and then to get rid of the fraction, we don't divide by fractions, we multiply by the reciprocal, and we'll look at that. It came out nice and pretty. Y equals 5. Plug that 5 back into your original equation, and we end up getting x equals -1. So our final answer for number 6 is -1, 5. Now, if you need extra help or have any questions, please come see Ms. Carranza or myself. We would love to help you out. Otherwise, this is Mr. Grice signing off for Algebra, Unit 5.1, 5.3 review, harder version. Thanks for watching.